Morning and welcome back to the vlog, or evening, afternoon, wherever you are and whatever time you're watching this. Thank you so much for coming back. Anyway, we got two trees actually coming down today, and let me just go ahead and say, first and foremost, I am not a tree hugger. However, I do live in Sandy Springs and I love trees. And it's one of the reasons that we bought in this neighborhood. When you go in our backyard, you feel like you're in the North Georgia mountains, maybe less rocky, hilly, mountainous, but the trees is really what attracted us to this neighborhood. It's very thick and full, and you'll see here from the video in just a moment, there are a ton of trees in this neighborhood and in Sandy Springs itself. So anyway, but one of these trees has really taken a turn for the worse. It has root rot, and so it is basically decaying from the inside out. And it started dropping some limbs and stuff last year. I got a little worried about it, but then this year it took a turn for the worse. So we gotta take it down. Eventually I think I'll fill in with some sod or something down there where this big kind of bed area is. We tried some bushes, the sprinkler barely hit them, and so we made some adjustments to the sprinkler. That didn't really work. So this tree is, as you'll see from this video, right at the very peak of the forest that is this neighborhood. And I don't mean at the top of the hill, I mean if you look across the horizon, all the trees are exactly the same height. They've gotten to the point where they're about the same height. We just lost a big one down the street here that knocked out the power and had root rot going on as well. It was massive, and it was more healthy than ours is. So anyway, we got to get it done. And then the second one over here, which I hate to lose, is this one. But kind of two things. I like to kill two birds with one stone. Why don't we go out there? That's better. So you see this one is also leaning over the house. I've taken a couple of branches off of it already. I think you can see that. Yeah, just a little bit. So anyway, but it's leaning over the house, but also it's got a couple dead branches up there. I think it's starting to get the same thing down there, a little bit of root rot. That's just moisture from all the freaking rain we've had. But also this root structure goes back towards where our new garage will be. So right in there. More the monster truck that is drying out. So anyway, when we dig out this foundation and go down for the wall, for the foundation wall, the footer, there we go, 18 inches down from there, we're probably going to run into some big roots in here, so might as well just take it out. So there you go, and a lot more room up there. So as I said before, this one here was still leaning over the house quite a bit, but because we're expanding our garage this way, that root system is real close to the fence there already. So we're gonna have to dig it out anyway, and this one actually may have to go next. It's not that bad. Well, maybe. But the root zone is probably like right in here. So anyway, But that's the tree removal. So, you know, I like to kill two birds with one stone with this stuff. And obviously it's a threat to the house and the roof and, you know, structural damage that potentially could occur, especially with all the rain we've had. We had a tree fall back there up against the fence line back when Irma hit, and super healthy tree, but the root zone was decaying. Just a really light wind came along and knocked it out. Fortunately, it fell on the neighbor's property and we just had to handle like 6 inches of it, plus a big stump. Anyway, so kill two birds with one stone. We get to do the pad here, obviously, for the garage, and then obviously we get to remove the threat of this tree. Same thing in the front. You know, I'll end up putting some sod down probably in that little bed there that we've created for that, or what we had created originally for that tree. Really that's about it. We're gonna have the stump grinders out here to grind up the stumps, and then just load it up with a ton of nitrogen if you're gonna put grass there or plant something there eventually. That'll actually help it help the roots of the tree die off and not heat up to a point when they decay, that you can actually put something back there, be it plants, grass, whatever. So there you go. That is the vlog for today. So thank you for coming along. Hopefully something of value here. Do these one at a time. It gets really expensive. And you know, as long as the crew here, as long as Bobcat's here, as long as everything's working, it just makes sense to go ahead and do 2, 3, 4, 10 at a time, depending on how big those trees are. But when I own the lawn care and landscaping business, I would tell my clients like no less than 2 or 3, because they will rake you over the coals as far as costs go. So anyway, but of course, this one especially, I mean, this is our master bedroom and it's right outside there. So huge threat to chopping our house in half. But anyway, thank you guys again for coming along, and maybe there was something of value there, I don't know. But if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to address it. Talk to you later, bye.